Why hello there, this is B.O.X Productions, and welcome back to Path of Exile. In our last episode we hit 'em up on the west side of Act 2, spent some time in a den of spiders, and was reminded that the people of Ray class have bad manners. So, all ruins, huh? Man. The entrance to this big old place was hidden behind some tree roots, huh? I remember one time I looked behind the tree and found some shiny rocks. It was like the coolest thing I'd ever seen. But this is definitely an improvement.
Ancestors, forgive me. I have opened the way to Kitava, father of corruption.
Did I do that?
Life flows through the blood. Let's slit the blood, and the life will continue in a new form.
And this is what our prophecy did. There are a whole bunch of things prophecies can do. Maybe we'll explore that some other time. Dude, man, you see that just pop out of the ground?
Nothing like this happens until you are here. Bring back the light, or you will find my spear in your throat. Travel far.
You disappear into that foul ruin, and now the sky, the light, the very land limps as a leper. Somehow, whether through deliberate act or accident, you've caused this. Now we all suffer your consequences. Different good, different bad. We now know upon which side the coin has fallen. Fare you well.
I dreamed this. A vast creature, a thing of shadow. I saw it escape from a black prison and climb a man-crafted mountain, drifting up its four sheer sides like the mist that reaches for the clouds. It gathered at the peak of that mountain and ate the heart from the sun. You smell of that black mist and something else. Guilt. That is it, yes. Guilt is a strong illness. It gnaws at the spirit until there is nothing left, until you are one of the walking corpses.
There's one bright spot in this darkness you've released. At least it was you who did it, and you can undo it, I know it. Had it been piety, we'd likely never see the sun again. Farewell.
What has happened? Did the world not rise from its sleep? how do we wake it up? Please, what should we do?
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say people aren't too happy with us right now. But before we continue, you may remember when we first got here, they were talking about some sort of bandit problem. Let's have a look around and see what that's all about.
This world gets all bent out of shape, and suddenly here you are. Doesn't take a genius to add that one up. I'm the kind that cleans up his own messes. What kind are you? You're trouble. I like that. Now what I don't like, Oak and Alira and their thieving mongrels. They keep taking what's mine. I'm thinking you could do something about that. What's in it for you? The amulets around Oak and Alira's necks, the ones like mine here. There's power in them beyond reckoning. Take 2 heads and 2 amulets, bring them to me, and take half the power. That add up right for you?
Hey, you got a nice bridge, so sure.
No pain, no gain, I once heard someone say. Make sure it's Oak and Alira's pain now, won't you? And lots of it.
But then again, it wouldn't hurt to keep our options open.
You come to me in dark times, Exile. No, dark isn't the right word for what's befallen my forest. Twisted it is, in every sense of the word. You're one of Creighton's bridge rats? But look at the aura on you. Bright as the sunset before a storm, not the manner of a minion. Creighton's no doubt spun you a line about sharing the power of the amulets with you. No, he'll make sword grips out of your sun-dried entrails. Seen him do the likes 100 times over. Bring me a pair of the amulets and Creighton and Oak's lying tongues, and I promise to make you part of that power. I believe in friendship, and I can be a fine friend to those who treat me sweetly.
You have a nice cauldron.
Now go, my best of friends, and temper that sharp mind of yours in the blood of my enemies. I shall await your return with much anticipation.
Lyra sent you, but you strike me as someone who craves a higher purpose than that. Something worthy. Something like peace. Every day my brethren and I battle and die with Creighton's rats of the bridge, and Alira's thralls of the old road. To spare the lives of many, you need take only 2. But if peace isn't reward enough for you, bring me the amulets that hang around Creighton and Alira's worthless necks. When joined with mine, those trinkets will forge us a new strength, you and I. The strength to bring about peace.
And those are nice stats, which is what's most important.
I knew you were worthy. Rid this troubled land of 2 of its worst ailments. And before the light leaves Creighton and Alira's eyes, Be sure to tell them that B.O.X sent you.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
So, your oak's lucky. So, your oak's lucky, are you? I could be wasting the last of my breath here, but you're barking up the wrong tree. Once he's done with you, your brains will be splattered all over the nearest trunk. Here's the truth of it. Oak and Illyria, they care for nothing and no one. Me? I care about a thing called arithmetic. You take 2 heads and 2 amulets. Bring them to me, and you get half the power. That add up right for you?
Your death had more honor than your life, Creighton.
I caught some rats in my traps today. They told me an amusing tale. Their rat king, Creighton, dead. And yet now you're one of Oak's squawking little parrots? Look at the aura on you, bright as the sunset before a storm, not the manner of a minion. Oak's no doubt spun you a line about divvying up the power of the amulets between the 2 of you. No, he'll take the power for himself and crack your head open like a walnut. Seen him do the likes of that 100 times over. Bring me a pair of amulets and Oak's lying tongue, and I promise to make you part of that power. I believe in friendship, and I can be a fine friend to those who treat me sweetly.
Quite the rush to the head, that. You keep this as a souvenir of your fine efforts. Now be on your way. Find yourself a patch of dirt to call your own far from here. As you may have gathered, I have little tolerance for neighbors.
I dreamed this. A vast creature, a thing of shadow. I saw it escape from a black prison and climb a man-crafted mountain, drifting up its 4 sheer sides like the mist that reaches for the clouds. It gathered at the peak of that mountain and ate the heart from the sun. You smell of that black mist and something else. Guilt. That is it, yes. Guilt is a strong illness. It gnaws at the spirit until there is nothing left, until you are one of the walking corpses. You want a cure? Find the man-crafted mountain, send the shadow home, and tell the monster to take your guilt with it.
For all of her strange ways, I've learned not to discount Yena's more vivid dreams. She's in tune with this land in ways I find difficult to comprehend. As to this man-crafted mountain she describes, I have seen only one structure of its like. Stumbled across sketches in the Theopolis archives, a piece of Val engineering, pyramidal in architecture. According to those documents, the pyramid lies north of the Frisian forest, buried beneath the mantle upon which San rests. I have no idea whether it still exists, or ever existed for that matter. Still, considering the current circumstances, there isn't much to lose in the search, is there? Fare you well.
Now we've taken care of that, we can finish what we started here. Alright, real talk for a second. I did say at the beginning of this playthrough that I was going to get all the dialogue to the best of my abilities. And I do believe it is possible to get all the dialogue from the different bandit leaders with one character. It just so happens to be incredibly expensive and very time consuming. Just think of it as a reason for you to go out and play the game yourself if you haven't already. Before we go to the cavern, I want to show you something real quick. Every now and then you'll come across an area that's completely optional and there's nothing really important there. I'm going to show one of those off real quick. This is the Dread Thicket. Back in the day, this used to be a nice place to get some extra experience and equipment.
Over here,
Oh, and while we're
Exile.
here, I thought I'd show off this monster den.
That's more like it. The tang of a fresh kill and a new beginning. This land owes you one, and so do I. Look me up the next time you're in the forest encampment. I do believe you and I are beginning to see eye to eye, Color. A ray class that's free of parasites, free to grow anew. Let's talk when next you're in the forest encampment. We make a good team and I'd like to build on that.
That's about all there is to this place. I don't think we've encountered the tormented spirits yet. They possess any monster they touch and give them more abilities. But they also drop more items as well. boy. Does that mean there's gonna be like all kinds of treasure and traps and stuff? Well, there's certainly enough skeletons to be a place where a bunch of dead people hang out.
Come to me, exile. Let us speak of death and desire. I shall allow the living world of Rayclass but one concession. It generates the most glorious carcasses. Thank you, exile. Look for me in the forest encampment, for I am sure death will soon offer more opportunities to further our art. She's nothing if not reliable. There are those that name us grave robber. They do not understand the fundamental truth. A body is never owned. A body is merely borrowed. You can no more claim ownership of the flesh than attempt to claim the air that you breathe with such sad desperation. But the grave itself, that is a different matter entirely. Speak to me in the forest encampment. An intriguing design is fermenting within my head.
Oh hey, we've reached the apex. Let's leave a portal here. I have a feeling something's about to happen. Knows how to make an entrance. This is the boss for Act 2, the Ball Oversoul. He always starts out by summoning some minions and disappearing for a few seconds. I guess that drawn-out interest kinda wore him out. Once he returns, he has 3 different arms, and each one uses its own skill. The lightning beam, the slam, which will most likely kill you if it does connect, and another that shoots ice on the ground to slow you down. Can also cause rocks to fall down from the sky, so dodge those if you can.
I give this warrior of Kitava to you, Chukohama, my father of war.
And that's all there is to it.
It is good to feel your warmth again, Ramako, Father of Light.
Man, with that huge thing sticking out like that, you would have thought someone would have called Neighborhood Watch or something. Anyway, welcome to Act 3. People take their LARPing seriously around here. Y'all got a real bug problem around here, y'all know that?
I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but we've no time for talk. Tolman was out here with me and now Piety has him. They're headed for the crematorium. I've no chance against Piety and your blackguards, but you're another matter entirely. Please, you found it in your heart to rescue me. Tolman is just as worthy of your generosity.
Well, I guess we know where we're going next.
Mortality is the mother of life. We have turned our backs on her.
A stranger walks into a town with a lost lover in tow. Sounds like the beginning of a jest, which I bloody wish it were. Problem is, we're still one doe-eyed lover short, which ain't much good to anyone. They tend to come in pairs, you see. Since you seem to be in the good deeds business, how about throwing a tollman into the bargain?
Maramoa Patua welcomes you here, son of the Ngakure Makore, to this village of circumstance. As you can well appreciate, we exiles make our homes wherever Rayclast allows us to. Although we all here harbor different beliefs, see with different eyes, we are united in our thanks for returning Clarissa to us. She is the gentle heart of this place, a spirit still capable of love in this wasteland of hatred. Yet, that gentle heart remains in jeopardy. Piety and her blackguards still have Tolman, and although he isn't deserving of Clarissa, she'll not smile until he's by her side. There are days when I've questioned the ancestors. Why bring me here, to Rayclast, so far from all that I love? Seeing you vindicates their decision. It is easy to be Karui when you are surrounded by Karui, but to walk the Karui way through the kingdom of Kitava, that is the true test of a warrior. And as is our fate, our calling demands our sweat and our blood every moment of every day. Help us, cousin. Help us by finding Tolman. Talakura.
Our paths meet in the shell of a long-dead snail. An empire slow to see where its path was taking it. Built on the husk of another and destined to be buried time and time again. This city will see great things yet, Exile. But not in your lifetime. I will see you again.
Hello.
Keep your distance, Exile. The name's Grigor, and when you've had your eyes fill of my twisted visage, how about you turn those fine jellies of yours eastward? Yes, you've brought Clarissa home to us, and once again I see she pesters me with pity. There's only so much broth, so many bouquets that a man can take. For a criminal, Clarissa has a strangely soft center. Still, I'd rather not see that heart of hers harden. See if you can find that lost boy mate of hers. With him around, Clarissa doesn't have as much time to bother me.
Well, we made it to the Sarn encampment. I think it's a good time to take a break. If you like this episode, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. It really helps me out. Until next time.
You have made peace with our land. For now, my spear is lowered. Exile.
Humanity has one redeeming trait. We learn from our mistakes. You certainly gave us a scare for a bit there, but the damage doesn't seem to have been lasting. Thank you for doing the right thing. Keep your wits about you.
I am not surprised. I saw you, in my slumber, drive the darkness away. I am sorry that I did not tell you before. What I see is only what might happen, and I did not want to fill you with more confidence than would have been good for you.
Thank you for returning our reality to us. I think we've all had a glimpse of what could happen if piety tries to harness the power of the Vaal for her own ends. Farewell.
I knew the strangeness would pass. Silk does not run from such things. I stand, I guard, when others shiver and shake.
So much yet to be learned. You've put an end to old Lorata. Twisted of heart and mind were the men who made that gem and that implement of black surgery. And what of the one who chooses to wield their creations? Of course, I wish to know the secrets locked in that tomb, but not at the cost of such a grand old life. Keep your wits about you.
You help us, and we help you, yes? Lorata is dead. It is not news to me. The forest screams its grief. You need not carry the blame. This was Lorata's will. I do not question why she allowed you to end her days. I keep her in my dreams, where she might still help us.
Greetings. You have done what none of us could, not even the fierce Groost. While we are grateful, we dare not sleep with both eyes shut just yet. The balance of power has gone. In overthrowing a lord and a lady, you have created a despot in Oak.
A man-crafted mountain of 4 sheer sides. That's a pyramid. Vaal architecture. I've covered a lot of the countryside with piety and seen nothing like that. Still, history is in the habit of burying its dead. Perhaps you could try looking down instead of up.
Need something? You're alone. Sir Tormund... You didn't go to the crematorium. No, of course you didn't. This isn't your fight. I'm sorry. It was wrong of me to put that on you. To ask you to risk your life for someone you don't even know. Don't worry. I'll work something out. I always do. Watch yourself.
Still breathing, eh? The slums are east of here. Used to house the unwashed of the Empire a couple centuries back. Now it's home to the walking ulcers and sores of this poor city.
Tala. Dominus's Ebony Legion arrived from Oriath a couple of full moons ago. Now the Blackguards scour San like hungry maggots on a carcass. What are they looking for? Only that which is best left unfound. Talakura, go with courage.
Yes, I've had better days. Death came to town. The roaring Ezomites wore red. The red of blood. The red of the fray. Death came to town. The crying Ezomites wore black. The black of disease. The black of dismay. Death came to town. The silent Ezomites wore grey. The grey of twilight. The grey of decay. Only the Isles of Scoth were spared. Once a backwater of my proud civilization, now all that remains of the Ezomites. Goodbye.
You know what, Culler? We need to make sure you're properly equipped for the hunt. I've picked up a few things while I've been roaming the wilds, and I've been doing a bit of fletching and bowcrafting when I can. Have a look and see if anything takes your fancy.
You? I was beginning to worry that you'd forgotten to brew. But there you are, in and out, like a good little lifer. And that reminds me, I've a few tools in hand that might help you sustain that breathing habit of yours. Care to take a look?